Hi, my name is Amy, and I'm an Outward Bound alumni. In the summer of 2002, when I was a junior in high school, I completed a 22-day sea kayaking trip off the coast of Maine with the Hurricane Island Outward Bound School. And 8 years later today, I can still say it was one of the most memorable and favorite, most defining experiences of my entire life. And I have this book here that I made right after I got back from the trip 8 years ago. So I was so excited about it. So I tried to write down from memory everything I could about each day of the trip. And I included photos from the disposable camera that I had with me on the trip. And I even made a few watercolor paintings to help me remember some of my favorite sites on these beautiful islands off of Maine. And interesting, at first the trip was very difficult for me. I hadn't spent any time camping. I was a very indoor person, wasn't a nature lover by any means. So the first few days I have a lot of stuff written about how uncomfortable I was and how much of a shock it was getting used to jumping into 45-degree ocean water at 5:30 in the morning. It was all very shocking to me with strangers. But in a few days, as time progressed and we started cooking meals together and going on long kayak adventures, I grew to really love the lifestyle. And within a couple weeks, we were all really great friends, me and the other people on the trip that were also around my age. And we all ended up having great times. And I think some of the best times I had on the trip were the sunny days where we spent the entire day kayaking to a destination island. We'd be island hopping every day, and it was up to the group to figure out how to navigate around these archipelagos off the coast of Maine. And I remember seeing all the colorful lobster buoys, which was also fun. And then another defining moment for me was the solo, where for 2 nights we had to spend on an island completely by ourselves. So here I was, never even camped before in my life, and they put me on this island by boat. They dropped me off and said, here's a half a bagel, some trail mix, and an apple, some water. We'll pick you up in 2 days with no tent. So, it was a fun time for me. Of course, I ate all my food within the first 6 hours and had no food for the next 2 days, so I was very hungry by the end of it. But I have this drawing in the book that I actually completed with a piece of paper that I had with me on the solo. And during me drawing these rocks that I was sitting on, the pen that I had, the only pen I had, started to stop working, and then I dropped it between 2 rocks, and I almost couldn't get it out. I spent a couple hours trying to get it out just because I really wanted to be able to write and remember the situation. We completed a ropes course, which was also really fun, on Hurricane Island. And all in all, it was just an excellent adventure. I kept in good touch with a few of the people for at least a year afterwards. And ever since then, it still profoundly changes my life. Years later, it's taken me years to realize what a change it made in me. I'm now studying ecology at the University of Florida, and I spend all my time outside, and I always think back to the moment that made it happen, which was Outward Bound. Thanks.